Hey, it's Ellie. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. So, today, I'm building a bit of a different house. I decided to build a house that doesn't use any electricity, sort of. I mean, it's The Sims, so I had to work around some things like, for example, the refrigerator. You need one, so I can't just not put one in the house because it most likely runs on electricity. So I picked one of the older style looking ones, like I think it's from maybe the Jungle Pack, somewhere around that timeline, I think. Anyway, it's like a modern version of an old refrigerator, which sounds weird when you say it out loud, but that's what it is. So I picked that one, and we're just gonna pretend that it runs on like gas or something. Because I think that was a thing, right? Like gas running for refrigerators. Refrigerators were a thing before like household electricity was a thing. So I'm very sure that there's some kind of refrigerator that doesn't run on electricity, and you can just pretend that that's the kind of refrigerator you have. So yeah, the reason I'm building this house is because I wanted to. Well, okay, I was building a farmhouse with the new season stuff because I wanted to build an actual farm, like a big one. And while I was building the farmhouse, I don't know, I just had this idea to build almost like an Amish farmhouse so there wouldn't be any electricity running through. But it didn't really fit with the build that I was already going for, and I didn't want to redo it. And it was too big anyway. I wanted to do, if I was going to do something like this, it needs to be a lot smaller than a huge 8-bedroom farmhouse or whatever. It doesn't have 8 bedrooms, but there's going to be a lot of space in that farmhouse, which I'll probably finish for next week, I think. But yeah, I decided to build an off-the-grid version of my farmhouse for the seasons gameplay stuff. So that's why there's a giant garden type thing in the yard, which I actually think I need to move this house to a bigger lot because my sim is running out of space already to build things. There's a lot of things in The Sims. I realized I just said build. I meant plant things because you need a lot of space for the garden. I lined up everything perfectly in my game, and then I started planting things, and as it turns out, when it plants things, it kind of staggers them, and they were pretty neat for the most part, but then there wasn't enough room for everything the way I had it, so I ended up redoing the garden. I completely covered it, so there's no lines of dirt anymore. It's just a big dirt patch. And luckily, you can move your planted plants in build mode without messing them up. So I just arranged it very perfectly the way I wanted, put everything together. It's actually really nice. The gardening is improved a little bit. Not a ton, I wouldn't say. It's not drastically different, but they did add a few things. And the flower arranging table is pretty cool. I do really like that skill and whole skill set that you can do there. I think the season stuff is pretty good. I made a sim and I lived in this house. I put her in this house to play with the season stuff because I've been playing my legacy game mostly when I'm not recording, and I don't know how to explain it really, but it's very difficult for me to actually like experience some of the expansion items with my giant family like that because I spend so much time just making sure that they're taken care of, working on their skills they need to, and like doing their job tasks and whatever else they have to do. So I don't usually end up spending a lot of time just playing in depth with one character, I guess. And when you play in depth with one character, that's really when you experience all the, like, stay-at-home careers and things like that. I just can't do that on my Legacy game. It's too challenging for me. There's too many Sims to take care of. So I made a single sim here, and I decided to play the season stuff because I was really wanting to play it. And I hadn't really had a chance with my other games that I have. So yeah, the house works well. Everything is usable as far as I can tell. And you don't really run into any problems with the no electricity thing. You really just don't have a computer and a TV. Things like that, I think. And obviously I used all of the candle lights and things like that to light the house. Here's a fun fact I didn't know. The game actually recognizes the difference between candles and electric lights. And I don't really know why that is. Perhaps they account for it in the bills. I haven't gotten the bills for the week of my sim that I've been playing, I don't think. I think I'm just about to get the bill. So yeah, I guess I'll see how expensive this house is with literally no electricity, but yeah, I was surprised that the game actually separates the candles and the electric lights, because when you click on them, like if you want to do auto lights, there's usually options for auto all lights, but when you click on the candles and do that option, it's auto all candles, like, so it definitely tells the difference between those. And I had, I think, a few gas lamps around, like handheld ones, but you can't pick them up, they're stationary in the game, but you know, they're not electricity, it's just an old gas lamp, so it's good. Also, I put the fireplace in here from Cats and Dogs, I think. Is that the Cats and Dogs fireplace? No, that's Parenthood, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. But it made the house a lot cozier. I like it a lot. It was feeling kind of, I was feeling not as cozy without the fireplace. But the fireplace just makes it seem so homey and cute, and pulls it all together, I think. And now I'm just gonna put a bunch of candles and things and light the house up, which was probably the most difficult part, to be honest, because I pretty much exclusively use overhanging lights, and I didn't like the candle overhanging lights in The Sims for this house in particular. They're good for other houses, but this one, I don't know, I wasn't feeling it. So just put a bunch of candlesticks and whatnot everywhere. There's not a lot of wall space in this house to put any wall decor, so I really didn't put anything. And you know, I just realized I don't think I put any plants inside. Well, that's funny, because my sim is a gardener. The career is okay, by the way. I didn't really talk about it, but it's a mediocre career. One thing I'm kind of disappointed is that my sim had to research gardening on the computer for one of her tasks, so I could not have an off-the-grid sim completely. She has to go to the library and use the computer sometimes. Anyway, that's the end of the build, so I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to my channel, because I post Sims videos every Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, bye!